It's time to look at one of the most underappreciated studios, Nickelodeon movies. For the most part, nobody takes them seriously. In terms of family-friendly movies, they do alright, but they're nowhere near the standard of Pixar or DreamWorks. However, they have made a few really great Nickelodeon movies, so today let's check out the top 3 best Nickelodeon movies of all time. And if these movies aren't your favorite, that's fine. It's just an opinion, and we all have different opinions. Anyway, let's begin the countdown. Number 3. Rugrats in Paris. This movie was my childhood. I just simply adore this movie. It's cute. And Chucky is a really great protagonist. The girl that his dad ends up with in the end is very cute and adorable and just all around lovable. And the theme park they go to, like Anima said, beats Disney World by far. And the climax is so brilliant. It's a very epic climax too, for a Rugrats movie. The two animatronics, the dinosaur and the slug, fight each other. And this movie has a heartwarming message too, about facing your fears, and about being yourself. And it's just all around a fun, cute movie. And it's got amazing visuals as well. I definitely recommend Rugrats in Paris for any fans of the original show, or fans of the original movie. It is a must-see. Number 2. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. What best Nickelodeon movie list would be complete without Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, the big game changer for Nickelodeon, and also the big game changer for Nickelodeon movies. Not only was it a financial success, but it also went up against Shrek and Monsters, Inc. at the Oscars. The story itself is not entirely original, but for what it is, it's pretty good. The animation is solid. The best character would have to be Goddard, along with Jimmy Neutron himself. He's not just a stereotypical boy genius, like Johnny Test or Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. But he is a fun, energetic, and is always willing to help. But is always willing to help out anybody, even those that aren't as smart as him. That's what's so admirable about Jimmy. He sees everyone as equals. He's friends with nerds of all people. And he's as smart as Einstein in this film. So, he's like one of the best characters and relatable of all time. He's not even cool in school. Hugh is also a very hysterical character. And probably one of the most memorable things about this movie. And I'll say one thing, the aliens are kind of a wasted opportunity. Basically just balls of goo, and when their machines get broken, they're useless. So, it could have been better antagonists, but Patrick Stewart does a good job as Goobot, so there's that. Overall, Jimmy Neutron is a revolutionary movie that really changed the game in both animation and Nickelodeon in general. It was a childhood favorite, and it still holds up. I definitely recommend this movie. Before we get to number 1, just a couple quick honorable mentions. SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Love SpongeBob, and this movie was certainly an enjoyable watch. But it didn't quite make the list because it can get a little too childish sometimes. But David Hasselhoff was great in this movie, and it certainly has one of the most memorable climaxes of all time, where SpongeBob takes a Goofy Goober guitar and destroys Plankton's mind control devices. It was certainly one of the best animated films of 2004, and for any fans of the cartoon, I definitely recommend the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It's definitely an enjoyable watch, and certainly 10 times better than its sequel in 2015. Topped with some great animation, this is certainly worth a mention. Imagine that. This is a great Eddie Murphy comedy. It teaches kids to use their imagination more often. One of the most important and inspiring message to come out of any movie. And I respect Nickelodeon for carrying such a strong message in a thought-provoking message. It's both heartwarming and funny, and I definitely recommend you go check it out. And what I consider to be the #1 best Nickelodeon movie is Jimmy Neutron stood out, but my gosh, does Rango stand out above the rest. It is a cinematic achievement in every sense of the word. How the frick did this come from Nickelodeon of all studios? Rango is a blast from beginning to end. It's not only a relatable story. I mean, it's a typical lie or reveal story, sure, but I mean, the CG in this looks freaking realistic. It really speaks a volume to how much effort the animators put into these animals to make them look as real as possible. Rango was the film that made me believe in Nickelodeon movies that they could make more than just movies that pandered to the lowest common demographic. They could make mature, thought-provoking films that can compete with Pixar of all studios. Rango is both funny and relatable. This is an adventurous, epic masterpiece that certainly deserves more praise and recognition than it gets. So, I personally consider Rango the absolute best movie from Nickelodeon to date. And Johnny Depp, perfect casting. Please, go check out this movie. It deserves a series by Nickelodeon as well. If Barnyard can get a series, Rango can get a series most definitely. This is one of the best films of 2011, right next to Kung Fu Panda 2, and so, this really shows that anybody can make a movie, no matter if they only appeal to only children of all. This just shows that companies like Nickelodeon Movies, who only make movies for little babies, can make mature movies like Rango. So, go Nickelodeon Movies! I believe in you! See you guys later.